Hey everybody, it's Casual Boobs coming at you with another video, and today we're doing Advent Calendar Day 18, and for Day 18 it is the Rheinmetall Scorpion, not the G variety, but the regular variety. One of the Tier 8 German turreted tank destroyers. It is 10,100 gold, not a deal. Do I think the tank is good? Yes. You probably already know what this tank is because it's been around for a while, and it's very good, and it's stayed good. Do I think you should buy this tank? Probably yes. It's very good. Again, if you don't know what this tank is, you must be living under a rock for the last couple of years because it's been out and about and you've probably been killed by them a few times. So I'll get into the stats. Okay, so it's got above average DPM, like 2400 DPM is good for tier 8. 490 average alpha is excellent for tier 8. It's got 246 standard pen, which is great. I will say that the shell velocity is 920 is not like unusably garbage, but you will notice when, because this thing doesn't have any armor, you need to be playing back a little bit further. So as a result, the shell velocity, you notice that a lot more, right? Because you need to lead targets a lot more. If you're trying to hit wheelie boys, 920 shell velocity is a little bit, it'll let you down a little bit. Good thing it has a premium round that has 311 millimeters of stupid penetration, and it goes 1150 meters per second, which is substantially better. You notice the difference. But yeah, it's great. The final dispersion is 0.29, which is very good. But the dispersion stats are very bad, right? So you'll hear people say, "Oh, the accuracy on the Scorpion is a lie. The gun is really potato." The soft stats are very bad, right? And I won't disagree with that, but that's because it's a tank destroyer, and what you're meant to be doing in this thing is posting up and shooting from long range and letting the gun aim all the way in. And if you do that, the 0.29 is really good. However, the 0.29 on a Scorpion feels a little bit different than 0.29 on like a heavy tank, because you're meant to be playing this further back. So like a heavy tank, 0.29, and you're up in somebody's face means you can hit the tiny little, pixels of cupola or whatever, tiny little weak spots. This is further back, so 0.29 is good, but doesn't feel quite as good when you're hitting shots at 500 meters. So it's, it's a trade-off. 7 degrees of gun depression is not quite, it's got 5.8 over the front, and you'll notice if you've played this thing at all, it's got 7 degrees over both sides, and then it's only 2.9 over the back. So if you're trying to shoot and run away, you're gonna have a problem. But yeah, it's only 5.8 over the front, but 7 over the sides. Terrain resistances are good. Top speed is 60, and it actually does mostly get there. It's pretty quick, right? The one thing, it's 360 view range is not very good, and the crew layout is complete trash. This doesn't match anything. It's your commander is also your loader somehow. I don't know how that guy has time for all that stuff, but yeah. So that's the thing. It will just do the armor here real quick. The armor is non-existent. In fact, it's actually, you got to watch out because this is its own HE shell. You can get pen by HE in a lot in your Scorpion from a lot of things, and all these little side things that counts. This is all a hitbox. This is like as big as a Panther. I think it's actually a Panther chassis. They just forgot to put all the armor on it, so it's pretty good size. It's huge, and that's one of the downsides. The camo's not that great. Like even if you have a full, like a pretty decent crew, ammo's not that great, right? You're getting 21 base, 21 sitting still, right? And 14 on the move. Just pretty bad, pretty bad. So it doesn't really, if you've watched the series, the SU-130 PM is a lot like this tank, but this one can actually, that tank can do the sniper job, and this one kind of, you have to rely on positioning more than actually just bush cover and camouflage to get the job done. Otherwise you will be spotted, right? And then everybody shoots you because they know they can pen. So for field mods and setup, this is always the answer because 15% is huge. I will always go for the dispersion one, always going for the view range one, and I'm always going for this one. Get your crew that looks like this, and it's gonna be a little bit hard to get a crew that's maximized for this tank because again the crew layout is garbage. But yeah, I would do this, and I'm a tryhard, so I do this. So I have 2 setups for this, and one of them is basically in city maps or basically anything except Malinovka and Prokhorovka, where I have an IRM to turn the gun faster, a rammer, and then also a turbo. And when I do this, it basically it's like a medium tank. You have 23 power to weight, 64 top speed. You're just a medium tank with a big stupid gun. So I play it like a support medium. I play it a lot closer in. You can get in, you can back up, you can go forward. It's just like a medium tank with a big stupid gun. So I played like this a lot, and then in maps where it's a where you might need to spot for yourself and so on and so forth, I usually actually I do this setup where it's binoculars, and improved aiming to get that aiming circle down just as tight as it can possibly be. Then I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a rammer. And so for this is a little more advanced. You're able to spot for yourself with 520, and 0.24 means you can put it exactly where you want. But this one's debatable, especially because I don't remember if this is exactly what the setup is that I use. But I know the first one is rotation mechanism, rammer, and turbo, and I play it close because your camo's trash anyways. But anyways, the tank is very good. It's good in a lot of ways. The main things that aren't so great about it is the turret traverse is very slow, right? To turn the tank is very slow. Where is it? Gosh, turret traverse. At 20 degrees per second, you're going to notice this. It feels really bad. So the turret traverse is very slow. It's as big as a house. It's as big as a panther. There's no armor and there's no camouflage. Those are and the crew layout is weird, right? But other than that, in every other way, the tank is pretty freaking solid as long as you let the gun, I guess, and the soft stats. You have to let the gun lay in. You're not going to be hitting shots on the move. You're not going to be snapping things in from across the map. You need to let the thing aim in. And once you do, you're rewarded with 490 average alpha. So it slaps pretty hard. And yeah, it's not new, but it's also held up pretty well. It's still a very, very good tank. So that's the tank, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks.